Why you calling my line? I don't got time today. Give me the bag. I need a bag today. Tell me you love me, baby. Love when you lie to me.
What's good? What's good? That's Lwc.Podcast, Queen of the Skull, and I'm here with my beautiful co-host.
Adi Jolie.
And today we have the talented, the go-getter, the networking king, that guy. Okay, let's go.
What's up? Yo, what up?
Don P.
This
is Don P, y'all.
How y'all
Okay.
doing? I'm Don P. I don't know,
Shit, we chilling. How you
Just
feeling
chilling.
today?
I'm good, man. I'm good. What's up with y'all?
Shit, nothing. I was sleeping. I got out of work and I went to sleep.
Yeah.
What about you?
Busy day.
I know, you're looking cute.
That's the only reason why I looked cute, because
She got
I
all
had to
fitted.
this time.
It's a busy day.
Yeah. And I'm glad it was, because then I got to get cute, because usually I'm not able to get cute.
You always look cute. Fuck out of here.
Okay, zinger.
Zinger. But yeah, I'm glad you made time for us today. We're really excited.
Nah, I appreciate y'all having me for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We wanted to just talk about Don P and who Don P is. I feel like you don't get that light shined on you on who Don P really is. Like, to be honest, like, to me, you're like a networking king. You're everywhere. Everywhere I turn and look, you're there.
That's
Okay.
crazy.
And you're respected as well. Within
Appreciate that.
around the people that you surround yourself with. You know.
I think it's just how you carry yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Like when you ain't just like doing hella fugazi stuff and like, you know what I mean? Doing hella weird stuff. Like, I think it's just a natural thing if you just kind of be. You just be solid. You don't really have to worry about all that little
All
shit.
the
You
extra
know what I
stuff.
mean?
Yeah.
You know. And then when some weird shit happen, which you can't really avoid it because weird shit gonna happen. Then you just
Right.
gotta be like,
Yeah, most of all, like involved in the industry, like music, it's
Yeah.
always, it's always chit
yeah,
chat.
like you meet people and
Yeah.
it's like it be cool, and then some weird shit
It's
happen.
like I thought we
like-
was cool.
Yeah, I thought we was cool, man. We just like we
Like
was-
that, yeah. It used to be like I thought we was cool, or I don't even know you like that. Like we just
Or-
met,
yeah,
like we
like-
just met like once or twice, same event. Feel me? Like, but
Yeah,
I feel that. I wanted the people to get to know Don P a little more. Let's
Word.
start with Don P the rapper and just like going back to where it started, and how it started. Like, how did
Yeah.
it start for you?
shit. That's a good question. Really, I started with my dog, with my dog Pooh Man. You know, Pooh Man from Oakland.
I don't
He
think I
had Pooh
personally
Man
know.
from Oakland. He like, he was rapping back in the day with Too Short and all them. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So Pooh Man, he a legendary rapper. He the one that got like, he had did some shit, robbed the Walgreens, and then like went over the Bay Bridge and like did a big car check. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it was a movie. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like Pooh did some wild like gangster shit. You know what I'm saying? That was back in the day, but he was from Oakland, 6'9" Village and Seminary and all that, and they just had me out there in the village and just, I was really performing and just really backing him up, like more like a hype man and shit, you know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
okay.
So I was just more like traveling with him, learning the business and stuff, but it was a trip because we used to, like I said, we used to be in 6'9" Village performing and
How old were
on
you
Seminary.
at that time?
I don't know, probably like 16.
No, fuck you down.
Yeah, I was like
you was
16.
you was doing your shit you've been doing your shit for a long time. then.
I come from a musical family, you know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
shit.
So, you know what I mean? Everybody in my family do music, so it's like, and acting and stuff like that. So, it's just
That's
like
dope.
something that's something I always was into.
I ain't gonna lie, I can kind of tell it comes naturally just by even your style. Like, it just seems effortless.
Yeah.
I just fuck with it, you know what I mean? I don't really do it because, like, I feel like a lot of people get into it because they saw, like, it was tight. Like, people was doing it when they was like, ooh, that's tight, I'm going to do it. But
Right.
it's like, that ain't why I did it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I just did it because I really don't know. I don't have an answer. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have an answer. I just started doing it one day and that was it.
What was your involvement with I'm not sure if it's a record, but with K. Lou, what was your involvement with K. Lou and all that?
So K. Lou, that's like, basically I had put out my own album called Y'all Ready For Me. I was just I had just tried to get signed. I literally went to like E40. I went to like all types of labels and like was trying to get signed, and nobody was really trying to sign me at that time. So I was just like, fuck. And then my boy really shouts out to JT, the bigger figure. He was like, bro, you should just, do some independent shit. And I was like, that sound cool. And then my other homie was like, yo, I'll do your album cover. And he kind of hooked me up with this distribution company out in LA. And they was like, yo, we fuck with your shit. So they flew me out, sat me down, boom. I put out my first album myself. Y'all Ready For Me. I executive produced it, everything, you know what I'm saying? myself.
Gotcha.
And that was like when that was unheard of at a time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was about to say that. I'm
It
like,
was at a time,
independent
yeah,
wasn't
it was-
really like.
It wasn't like now where it's like independent is
It's a thing that's
you
just.
upload your shit on DistroKid.
Yeah.
It was like independent was you had to be able to have flyers, posters, stickers. You had to press up CDs, and it was a certain amount. You had to do like 5,000-10,000 of them. You know what I mean? You couldn't just upload it online and act like you was popping. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
had to really spend some money, and you really had to get out there and like take your shit to the record stores, and like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was a lot. It was work. You know.
Yeah.
So then I, basically I was doing that on the independent tip, and it was going cool. I just making my own money. Everything was
Right.
cool. I was posting my shit up everywhere, and then I fucked around and invested in a barbershop.
Oh shit.
So I was out in Vallejo, got into a barbershop situation. I was cutting hair because it was basically like a thing where it's like, you want to be able to do what you want to do, but like if you got a job, you can't really go, you know what I mean, do the
Mark my
music
life.
shit, you know what I mean, like music shit, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
like it's a thing to think about. Some niggas would rather sit around and be broke, not have no money, but then want to make music and then like try to just look cool.
Yeah.
But I like money.
Yeah.
I want actual real money in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yo, I'm going to go barber college, get my license. And then that way I could cut hair. But that's because a kid told me like, yo, you could, if you're a barber, you could kind of like, leave when you want.
Right.
You pay your
Make
chair and
own
you could
schedule.
bounce out, I was like, oh, that's fly as fuck. I'll do that. I'll be my own boss. I
Right.
always just want to be my own boss. Like I'm putting out my own albums. I want to be my own boss. You know what I'm saying? I don't like being nobody's bitch. To just be real though, like for real, I can't take it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna be like, what? The moment you start talking to me like, just because I work for you, you know what I'm saying? Like the
Yeah.
moment you start talking crazy to me, I'm getting fired.
Right.
Period. Like I'm getting fired because I'm gonna be like, what?
Right.
So, So anyway, I just stepped to it like that, and
Do you feel like when you went from like trying to get signed to independent, it was a shift in the artist area for you? Like, what do you feel like after barbershop, like doing the barber stuff? Did you continue pushing the music as much, or did you at a point feel like, you know what, this rap shit is just too much? I'm gonna go into the business side, because you're a businessman in my eyes as well.
Nah, it was life. Like life was just happening to me at that time
Gotcha.
more than anything else. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
It was just life coming at me fast. So I was just like, shit, you know what I mean? Trying to like survive at that time. Back then, it was actually cool to not have a driver's license. Like it was like a thing where it was like
still is.
it was like a song and shit that was like, I ain't had L since Pac died. Niggas was riding around like, yeah, we don't got no license.
Right.
I'ma thug it out. I don't give a fuck, right? I lost like 5 cars like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I grew out of that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, nah, I gotta start like, lining it up. And I was just at a crazy time at that time, and I wanted to be independent, but I knew like I needed some help. So I was just working, and I didn't really think about, what was finna happen with the music. I just wanted to make money at that time. I was just
So
grinding.
your focus was more so the money you can make from everything, not necessarily like.
Nah, I was like, fuck music. I need to make money.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? At that time, like I had records out and shit, like, songs and stuff out like that I had did with people, but
I know, I saw that.
I wasn't even tripping. Like I had a song out with E40 called Gorilla Milk at that time that was popping. You know what I'm saying? Like I did some other stuff with San Quentin and Messy Marv on Explosive Mode when that had dropped. The stuff with
You
Phil-
ain't know and talk about money on your own personal album?
Yo, those my albums.
That's
But
dope.
like San Quentin and Messy Marv, Explosive Mode, and the Jacka and Mob Figures album. I'm on their first album, Sibo Presents.
You're on a lot of shit.
Yeah, Fillmore to Hunters Point, you know what I'm saying? Some of JT's, the albums they did, like a lot of the stuff that was happening in Fillmore. Like I'm on those projects, you know what I mean?
I feel like as a musician, you should be given way more credit because you've touched and got features that like a lot of us are still trying to get.
It's crazy.
How do you feel about like not necessarily being recognized for that? Like, because you are literally on a lot of shit.
You know what? I don't really know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really trip. Like, I be like, I don't want to be saying, because, people always just rush to say that people is hating. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't want to rush to say that they hating. Maybe they, like, not aware. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they just don't know, know?
Right.
And it's like, I don't really stand on a soapbox, like, preaching, like, I'm this, I'm that. Like, I'm not finna do that either. And then it's like, sometimes I feel like people be like, they look at you and they be like, is he rich? Is he poor? Like, they want to, like, break it down, like, look at you financially. Like, what kind of car do he drive? Like, do he got a big chain? Like, that's all the shit that people look at that make them think if you successful or not. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's like, bro, you know? I don't give a fuck about all that
what
shit.
are all the things that you do? Because you seem like you're
Micro
dabbling into everything.
I just, man, you know what? So, but let me just really answer something real quick that you asked me though about K. Lou though, real quick, right? K. Lou, that situation came about just strictly off me randomly one day giving somebody a ride to the studio.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I was the barbershop was closed. He asked for a haircut, and I was like, I had just watched Jim Carrey movie like Yes Man or some shit like that where you got to say yes to everything, right? So I was like, fuck, what if I try that? What if I just start saying yeah to shit? You know what I'm saying? Because I might be missing opportunities, right? So I said yeah to the nigga for the haircut on the day I was closed, and then he was like, can you give me a ride to the studio? I was like, damn, nigga, you asking for a lot. You want a haircut? You want a ride? Nigga, god damn. And I was like, Jim Carrey, you motherfucker.
Right.
Now I got to say yeah to this more shit. Because that's how it was happening in the movie, right? They just keep asking him for more shit, right? He keeps saying yeah. So I'm like, fuck, all right, yeah. I gave him a ride. So now we there at the studio. I just start, we chilling and shit. It's a bunch of rappers in there, and I'm just freestyling. And then K. Lou was like, who was that? Who was that rapping? Like that. He came out his office like, who was that? It was like, that was Don P. He was like, bro, come in my office. I'm like, all right, what's up? He was like, bro, you signed anybody? What's your situation? And that's, you know what I mean? And that was it.
It's like the yes thing actually worked
I
to
know.
get
That's
you
what I'm
somewhere.
saying. That's why I tell this story, because it was like that whole Jim Carrey shit was crazy because I really applied it. I was like, yeah, I'm going to say yeah to some shit that I would normally, I was in Vallejo at the barbershop. The studio was in Richmond. So when he asked for a ride, it really was a stretch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like for me to take you across the bridge, you asking a lot, my boy. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a lot, my boy. But I said, yeah, you feel me? It was a studio too. You know, I'm a rapper, so I'm like, cool. Okay, let me go peep the studio out. You know? And so yeah, he like come in my office. He gave me some beats. I went home. I wrote all the songs that night, every song, and then went back to the studio the next day, recorded every song. That's crazy. Then he flew out to see Master P, and then on Friday they was calling me like, yo, we like your shit. That was it. Week later I was on No Limit, K. Lou No Limit, and that's how it all happened. You feel me? And then I just started writing songs, and I was in the studio every day after that.
Got you. And when did it like the partnership or what you guys had going on kind of end, and how?
Man, it was a lot going on with Master P. With No Limit, it was a lot happening. I don't really know, like, you know what I'm saying? It just kind of, it wasn't really no day that it really just like ended, or like it wasn't really no big crash or nothing. It was just kind of like things just kind of slowed down, just kind of all slowed down. Like we stopped going to the studio.
Bittersweet when it's like no like real like
explosion.
Yeah,
it wasn't no crash or nothing.
What's going on? Like or like what happened to? What happened to what we had going on?
What happened to the love? Like, where did the love go?
And you were the artist, so I know that impacted you as an art. Well, it doesn't matter what you're signed to. If it just slowly starts, like, kind of, it is as an artist, you're just like, what the fuck, Because this is your music. This is what you do.
So, at that time, too, it's like I'm independent. But just the other part. So, like, I was independent before I was signed.
Oh, so, okay.
You know what I'm
saying?
So
you already had a little bit of game knowledge.
I had just put my album out. I had went on, like, road tour, promotion tour that I spent my own money. I wrapped my own van. I put my own, like, you know what I'm saying, gas money up and down from here to Seattle, San Diego. Like, I'm on the road back and forth, stopping at all the one-stop stores. I did all that on my own pocket, going back and forth. So, like, I dealt with all the distribution companies. I dealt with all the radio stations. I dealt with all the radio promoters. I dealt with all the club promoters. I dealt with them myself on my first album back then. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I did that run. So when I signed with somebody who never had done that before.
Right.
It was like,
right.
Man, bro, we need to do this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, bro, you need to chill. I'm the CEO. You need to kick back and be a rapper. Right. I'm like, You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, respect though. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a team player too. Because when you're on the team, you gotta, you gotta respect the boss. And that's just how it is. I wasn't mad at that, but it still was eating at me that I couldn't run the plays that I knew needed to be ran.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I had to just sit there and take it. And so as the shit progressed and moved on, I just got back to the grind. It took a minute though for me to bounce back. So I think that's part of the reason too, where it's like I kind of chilled from rapping for a minute, and I was just kind of like, I just want to focus on like hustling, and you know what I mean. I went to school for acting and stuff like that. You know what I mean. So yeah.
All Bay Music. Is that still? Are you still in All Bay Music?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell us about that. You guys definitely show love. When I started my rapping and stuff, you guys always showed me love.
I mean, that really came about like hella years ago. You know what I'm saying? It started off more of a website. We started off as like a website, and we had like hella different websites.
Cause it went into magazines and everything.
Yeah, it turned into a magazine. Like
Yeah,
it started off as
dope.
a website, like all Bay Music, all Dirty South. Like we had different all types of them, and then kind of dwindled it down to just the Bay, to just focus on the Bay. And then turned into a print magazine and start, you know what I mean, working stuff like that.
Yeah, I remember seeing the magazine.
Then it was kind of small at first, remember, and then it was like little, and then we just kept it. And my brother Jacka was the first artist that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's dope, and that's big, and that's memorable.
Yeah. You feel me?
Yeah, that's
R.I.P. You know, to the Jack. So putting him on the cover for the first issue was, you know what I'm saying, that was huge.
Are you guys still consistent with the issues?
Yeah. I mean, things that like. When it comes to the magazine, like, I kind of step back, to be honest with you. Like, I step back on the operations of the day-to-day stuff, just more or less like, marketing of it all, you know what I'm saying? But end of the day, it's like, it's a trip when I'm working on my music. Like, being an artist, right, it's a different space. You know what I'm saying? Like, at a time, like, I got to pick and choose what energies I put into stuff in the moment of myself. I didn't know that before. Like, she was saying, like, you be doing hella shit. Like, yeah, that's why I'm crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, now I gotta be like, whoa, you know what I mean? Crazy. Like, no, not you. I'm crazy. You feel what I'm saying though? That shit make you crazy a little bit though. So it's like I had to like.
She tattoos, she wood burn, she like does it all. She bottle service, she everything.
But then when you ask like why people don't know all the shit that you did, you know what I mean? Because it's like, I think it was that time when I could have been like being that braggadocious person, telling all, at that moment, it would have looked cool for me to be bragging. I kind of was chill in the time when I could have been doing that. You know what I mean? I was doing other shit, like just like I said, all I wanted to do was make money. Right. I didn't really care. Like, I was like, if rap, you know what I'm saying, if I'm gonna make a little bit of money from rap, which I was making money from rap from the fact of putting out my own albums, like that's a different kind of money. Like, people don't know. Like, right now when you put out these streams and all this shit, it's like you waiting for them streams, but like back then it was different. Like, I put out an album, I was getting $5-7 a CD and tape myself, you know what I'm saying? So when that came back, that came straight back to me as the executive producer. You know what I'm saying? 30,000 albums later, you know what I mean? $7 times 30,000, you could do the math on that yourself. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's a different kind of like, so that's what actually set me up before. So when people be looking at me like, how he think he up, like, bro, I put some actual work in. You know what I mean? I put some work in and sold some units of real, actual, like, CDs and tapes and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, and I think that really is a different type of, like, work ethic when you it's different. Like, when people be trying to ask me about, because I came in at such a good time where I got to learn from people who have knowledge and are OGs like you guys. Yeah. And so I came in doing the CDs and, burning them myself and selling them. So I got to experience the money. So now when people be like, how do you feel your numbers not being there? I'd be like, but I touched real money before. Like, I know what I'm capable of in these streets. Like, just doing it, like, not even on no hood shit, but just going downtown, being at bar and selling your CD and making 200, 150.
So look,
like,
that's the thing. Like, people don't know. Like, I seen Too Short, you know what I mean, selling like CDs, tapes. Like, Too Short was selling tapes back in the day, right? So you got Too Short selling tapes. We some little kids, you know what I'm saying? And he got this tape, and it got all these curse words on it, and it's saying all this crazy stuff, and we listening to it, hella quiet. My grandmama in the other room, we got the tape down low. Right. He need cuss words, fuck you, bitch. Like, we like, oh, shit. We like, yo, this boy is lit. So, that's the stuff that, make you fall in love with the music, but it's like, you got to find your own path with this shit and not be, like, held down by none of that stuff. Like, you can't let none of what people like try to put on you hold you back. Like, you just gotta do this shit. Like, that's why I say what I seen coming up and when I see right now the difference of like when the tapes and CDs and streaming and all that, I see it more like right now it's dope for independent artists. Like, you got a lot of You know what I mean? You got a lot of different things that are right at your fingertips that you could use that we didn't have back in the day.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It was cool. That's why everybody was trying to get signed. But when you look at everybody that was signed, all you hear is a bunch of horror stories. Like, I just keep hearing horror story after horror story. And most people was like, they don't want to tell you that life was shitty.
Right.
They want to act like everything was all fly, right? Like everything was dope. Oh, you see me in the video, I was so fly. And, oh, you know, the Benz and the whatever. Like, they want to, like, cap it off. But then later on, when they grow up, they be like, yeah, man, the label fucked me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
I
they
got
never
fucked
gave me
over.
my money. You know what I'm saying? Oh, so y'all never got paid off the whole album? Nah, we never got no checks. You be like,
Yeah,
damn,
yeah.
bro. Like, so I just saw some of that back in the day, too, though. You know, I saw how that could be a trap. You know what I mean? Where you could be so caught up with wanting to look hella raw, but not have no money. And I was like, fuck that. No,
He
I'm
said, "I don't want
serious. Like, I
that."
didn't want that. Like, I
Yeah.
was like, man, y'all not finna get me with the fucking 52 fake. I'm not going for that. I'm not finna fake it till I make it and all that other shit y'all be saying. I'm finna, like, I'm gonna need some money in my pocket. I'm gonna need to be building some things. So, like I said, I just stuck with the barbering, you know, did that until the music took off. But once I got signed with No Limit, now I got this big ass tank chain on and shit, and I'm in the barbershop. Niggas is looking at me and shit.
Right.
It's like, oh, I can't be up in here like this. You know,
Right.
this is different now. I got to get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, I'll catch you niggas later, you know? So that's when I started learning, like, how to carry yourself and how to move, too, once you become an artist. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't realize, like, it's once you become an artist, it ain't even about the jewelry or whatever money, but you an artist. Like, you got to start thinking about how and where you gonna be at, where you
Right.
placing yourself at. You know what I'm saying? So I started learning that back then. So I'm like, okay.
And that's so funny that you say that, because that's exactly how I think, bro. Like,
Yeah.
just in my life in general, like, I think of myself everywhere I move, go, whatever I'm doing.
It matters.
It matters, and I'm an artist. Like, I was just shout out Lwc, he a producer, but I work at the airport.
Yeah.
He just got off the plane, and he's like, oh, you know, like Yana Shawty, and I'm just like, yeah, and like
Yeah.
it happens a lot at the airport. I'm like, bro, it doesn't matter where I'm at, what
That's
I'm
hella
doing.
funny.
People know I'm an artist, you know, and I
Yeah.
have to move a certain way. Like, even when I'm with my dude, I'm like, bro, I don't give a fuck if we mad at each other. We're not arguing.
We're not arguing in
doing
public.
That. Like,
Yeah.
and then like I have to tell them, like, not even to be cocky or nothing like that, but and it's well earned. I earned, you know, and I'm just
Yeah.
all like, you know, I'm somebody, and it took
Period.
hard work to establish that's on the Shawty to TYSF to Queen of the Skull. Like, it was a hard work, and it took a lot of my fucking teen life to now. I'm like, so ain't nobody gonna fuck it
Speaking
up.
of that, like we was talking about earlier, like how we met, right?
Yeah,
You know what
I
I
wish
mean?
I could like remember.
Neither one of us
exactly.
can remember because because I smoke too much weed. I don't remember shit.
I just have bad memory.
But
I remember I met you at our video release for that song we did with this chick we did a song with. It was at
Yeah, it was a girl.
yeah,
But it was
just
a song.
some
It was
chick,
a video release that we had at
at
Diamond
the
Breed.
Mission Skateboards.
Yeah, and you
oh
popped
yeah, I
up.
remember that. Now I do remember that. Yeah, that was tight. That's what's up.
Yeah, and you popped up and supported for
I
that.
just remember, yeah. Come on, man. Like that's one thing about me. Like I don't really like even with the blog shit. Like you know, sometimes like even with my show, like everybody is all money transactional related with everything they do when it comes to the music shit. And I get it because we gotta make money. We
Right.
gotta. But I like music. I like
Right.
dope shit, and I feel like in the Bay Area, a big problem with us is that we're pulling each other down over these 300, 500, whatever little $100 that we keep trying to hit each other over the head for, and it ain't really moving the needle nowhere. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I give you $500. How much did I just really give you? Like, that's not shit. Like,
Right.
literally, after you buy some gas, some groceries, go do some shit, it's over.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So it's like, that's not really, like, I feel like we doing a lot of that to each other. Whereas when I'm on the East Coast and in Atlanta and down south, a lot of the artists, they're just collaborating. You know, they're just like, yo, you hot, you working, you moving? Okay, boom, let's collaborate. You know what I'm saying? As long as it's somebody, you know, that's on brand with your brand or whatever, you know? But all that, I feel like a lot of the, even like I said, the people who have the visual opportunity to put somebody like you or me or her out there, they're just like, no, I'd rather put little trash bag out there because he paid me this amount. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like I'm gonna pump him up like he's the hottest shit, just because they came through with this little bread.
Oh yeah, all these people nowadays making it just because they got a bag. Like they started with the bag.
A
They
bag
already
start,
had
a
the
bag
bag,
is
so
important
now
with
they
music
popping
though.
with it.
Don't
You
don't
know
get
what I
me
mean?
don't get me wrong. It take money to
And
make
most
money.
of them don't have
That's,
talent. They just paying their way.
Yeah, I
You know
think
what
like
mean?
now it's just harder because now it's like the bag. I think what she's trying to say is like the bag defines how they look at you, and it's just fucked up because there's a lot of even artists like I could be like that for real. I have a lot of artists that tapped in with me and they're like money ready and stuff like that, and I'll work with your budget, but sometimes like if it don't feel right, I'm not gonna do it. I don't care if you got the bag. If it don't go, I don't care if you got the bag.
doing
Like,
songs with people. Like I was talking to my bro. Like I just talked to Lil Reese too about some shit too. But like doing songs with people and then later they're just a douchebag. I'm not doing that no more.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Imagine you got a platinum record with a fuck boy. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't even go perform the record. Like, every time you sing the song, you think about the fuck nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? You want to go do the show. They like the 30th reunion, this hot single. Now you
Right.
got to meet up with this nigga again. Like, it's always an issue of y'all having to come back together. But like, nah, man, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
And then you got people who do weird shit. Like you do a song with somebody and they do some weird shit. You're
Yeah.
like, bro, you weird, bro. Like I got a song now.
Mhm.
That's like reflecting on you, so it's like I'm choosy. Like that's what another part that slowed me down with doing like features and like who I was working with and who I was rapping with. So I just really took a step back from rapping at that time because it was like, and then the stuff that everybody was talking about, like killing each other and all that shit. I'm just like, man, I'm not trying to kill nobody. Unless a nigga trying to come for me, then niggas
Right.
is dead meat. But I'm just saying, other than that, like, I'm not trying to be on that kill shit. I'm not knocking nobody's hustle because I understand that brand of music is a hustle.
Right.
Okay. But crack was a hustle.
Right.
So was heroin. All that shit's a hustle. It don't make it good for your people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It still could backfire on your culture.
100%.
And you know what I'm saying? So it don't matter if it's making you money. Like, so it's a lot of niggas that look good and they did what they did, but that's the part I feel like where it's like selling your soul. Like people look at sell your soul as like, oh, you got with the Illuminati, you got rich and you sold your soul. Like, no, bro, I got rich. That wasn't selling my soul. I got rich. That was the point of what I was doing. Like, I feel like you sell your soul when you decide to be somebody that you not just to sell a
Get
record.
dealerships, Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? You want to sell records, so you just, I'm going to kill everybody. I'm going to do all this. I'm going to kill them. I'm going to fuck these niggas. I got the gun, and you waving it in the camera and the Instagram and shit. And then 2 weeks later, you smoked.
Yeah. A
You
lot of
dead.
these artists are, yeah.
And it sucks that a lot of people that have like, I'm gonna say like conscious music, like more aware and more talking about real stuff, real spill. Like
People don't want to hear
they
it, though.
don't want to. The companies aren't pushing that.
That's
So
what
they
it is.
don't,
Yeah.
they don't want
That's what it
people
is.
to hear that.
Nah.
And you're right. People are selling their souls because they're confining to that little box that they have. Sorry, that
Yeah.
little box that they have, which is fuck you and fuck bitches and this and that, and it's just vulgar and it's all
But
a
look-
part of
but
them
look, so
wanting
check it
to
out.
push that on us.
Expression, like, even like right now with the girls, right? Like the female rappers with the started with the WAP, right? We just take it back to the WAP and then to now where it's just like it went from WAP getting on the radio and they being like, oh, it's okay to talk about the WAP? Okay, well then let's go to Pound Town then. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it didn't advance all the way to the pussy pink and the booty hole brown now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it went from the WAP all the way to that.
Yeah.
Like,
Which
like
is cool.
quick
That's,
though, like
that's
0
cool
to 60.
for some people, but it's like
Like,
we need
that was
balance.
fast.
We do need
need
balance.
balance.
That was
you
fast
know?
though, you know
He
what I
said,
mean?
this is too much for me.
That was
Right.
pretty fast though, but what I'm saying, I only said that to say like that could show you like how like one little spark could send the whole situation in a direction.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like once something that gets put out there could just create a whole ripple that like sends the whole everybody into thinking that that's what they should be doing right now. You know, and it's cool. You know, like I said, I don't knock nobody's hustle, but I really would appreciate like if whoever's in charge would be like, yo, let's, like you said, let's mix it up. You know what I'm saying? There gotta
Yeah.
be some more Lauryn Hill girls out there rapping. You know what I'm saying? There gotta be some more like Commons out there. Like,
Right.
and it ain't even just about that. Where the Nellies at?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Down
Music
Down
just
Baby was
changed,
tight. I
yeah.
like that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like and that's what I sat back for a minute, like I said, and I was like, what kind of music could I create right now that would make me feel good
Right.
about myself and what I'm saying, and not make me feel like I'm just being a dick. You know what I mean? Like, and not that I'm just like doing something that's like not what I want to project. You know what I mean? Because I want to have fun.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to the party and be worried about the party getting shot up. I'm not going to that
Yeah.
party.
Right.
And it's dope though, because I feel like that's what not only separates you from others, but it makes you stand out.
Come
like
on.
for me personally, when I heard your stuff, it really made you stand out to me because
That's dope.
of that reason.
That's
You weren't
dope.
talking about what everybody else is talking about.
That's
You
dope.
talking about real stuff, and it's like you can relate, you know?
Dope, man. I appreciate that. Like
And
I
then-
said,
oh,
go
sorry.
ahead.
And then honestly, like like because it's so saturated with shit that's like, I guess I'll just call it like just very negative, clouded and stuff. Well, I don't know.
Like drill
I'm very
music?
biased because I make hood music.
Nah, but I
So-
do too.
But
what
I
I'm saying.
understand. But I understand what you're saying because what we put out there, like it's like a ripple effect. Feel me? So it's gonna people. We're putting something out there where we know and we're conscious about. There's hella people taking it in.
If it was two rappers that made a song talking shit and then they died, then we could have a conversation like, is it kind of like iffy? But how many can you count just last year?
Yeah.
Just this year?
Yeah.
It's only April.
I was just talking to somebody about that recently. Like these rappers is just literally rapping, and I'm not playing. Like they literally rapping to die young because they don't give a fuck
It
what they're
sound
talking
like
about. They're
that.
they're
It
they're no,
sound
but
like
they're
that.
literally they literally don't give a fuck because they're fucking literally how you say like they're literally dissing on everybody. I'll shoot you, this and that, blah blah blah. Like how about
Yeah.
like let's say like but it's not like it's
Nah,
not what
I'm
they're
not
already
knocking it.
doing. Like
Look what
let's
Tupac
say,
did.
Let's say King Von,
Right.
right? Always fucking talking about the other set, right?
Right.
Like fuck 60
Dissing
whatever,
people.
right? What's this?
I like
63rd,
King Von.
63rd.
I like
right?
King Von.
He's dope, right?
His
I like
visuals
King
is
Von.
like-
Look, I met
But
King
he's
Von at
talking
Empire.
so
I met him.
much.
He was dope.
Oh,
I
you
know.
I
did?
bet
yeah.
he is.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That you got to experience.
I got
that.
to meet him like at Empire. You know what I'm saying? I was just up there kicking and smoking and shit. I seen him walk past, and I was like, "Oh, is that King Von?" Like, he was like, "Yeah."
That's
He
hella
came back. He
dope.
was like, "Oh, what up, P?" Ooh, you know what I'm saying? Chopped it up. He was cool as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
You know, and a lot of I be watching like little interviews of him, and like even after he passed, RP, things people had to say, and they said like for somebody who they allegedly has done so much,
Yeah.
the vibe they got around him and the soul of that person was just so.
Yo, he
cool
seemed like
and-
like such a cool ass
Yeah.
dude. Like
And
when
it's
I hear
crazy.
these stories about him, because I'm on YouTube
Me
watching this
too.
crazy shit, I'm like, is this the person I met? Because he was like, "Hey, what up, dog?" Like he was
Right.
just hella like chill, like I don't know, but yeah,
But what I was
he
gonna really
cool.
say real quick was that when you were saying it was saturated with too much people that are just too negative and stuff. But if people stay consistent, like for example, Larry June, how
Right.
he's paved that way,
Right.
and honestly, he's paving a way by just doing what he loves. Like he's not
Yeah.
worried
Yeah.
about, he worried really about money. Like how you.
Shouts out to
you're-
my dog Larry June. Like I look at what he do and like with the merch and all the things like that. Like we was talking about before. Like I look at what he do and I say, man, the music is fun. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's not negative. And the branding and everything that he doing with it, with the merch and all that, making it seem like an experience and bringing you something that's dope. And it's like I said, it's not negative. And I feel like he's one of the few people operating in that space. You know what I'm saying? But that's the space. Like I feel like a lot of hip hop should get in, like try to find a space
Right.
that's you. Don't bite Larry June, but like
Right.
find your space. You know what I'm
I
saying?
I feel like he
start having
kind of
apples
found
Yeah, don't
everywhere.
worry.
I feel like he kind of find a spot in the middle too,
He
because he be
did.
like
Yeah.
he be like
be
talking about
talking
his
his
pimping
shit.
shit
Yeah.
and all
Yeah.
that, but then he's like organic and
Yeah.
eating right and
So
healthy,
that's what I was trying to
you
say
know?
a minute ago. It was like I was saying to her, like I make hood music. Like I'm from the hood. I'm from the streets. Like I literally did some things. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm just not the person that's going to get on here and say the things that I did because
Gotcha.
that's dumb to me. Like, I'm not going to tell on myself what I
Right.
did. Like, I don't want to.
No, I get what you mean. Some people
I'm
are
not
more
giving
like,
out no clues. This ain't
Yeah.
Blue's Clues. I'm not
Yeah.
telling on myself. What the fuck?
Sometimes we have to tap people like,
Yeah, shut
Hold
up,
on,
bro.
shut up.
Just,
Yeah.
Like, I'm
Yeah,
not
I've done
about
this couple
to.
times.
Yeah, I'm not about to get on here and
Yes,
say
you're
what I did. That's dumb. But
No, for real.
you
It'd
know,
be like that.
so I put that shit in the music a little bit. You know, I try to talk. I talk some shit. You know, but I feel like shit talking is what, you know. That's the lane. Like I said, had to step back and just chill to find that fun space. You know, and so I could come back and have fun with the music. You know, and go to fun places. Like when you see me, like now, I think like back in the day, I might have been anywhere. You know, but now when you see my shit, like, I'm only at certain places. Like, people be like, "Oh, you be everywhere." I'll be like, "No, I don't."
You be having selective places.
Yeah, like, they be everywhere. No, bro, I don't be everywhere. I be some places though, but I just decided like I want to go where I'm respected, and I want to go where it's respectful.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so I'm doing things that's gonna make, like, maybe uplift. You know, it don't even it just got to be about the rapping or the music or maybe just something where I might be somewhere and a motherfucker be like, "Bro, we got these new fresh avocados, bro, that's healthy, and you never even tried them before." So like, it might be something to change your life. You know what I mean?
Right.
Motherfucker might be somewhere and be like, "Yo, bro, you heard of this Bitcoin stuff that might give you some money?"
Right.
Like, I just want to be places where I'm learning and advancing in my life.
Right.
I don't want to just be going to the same places where nothing is taking me nowhere.
You know, I'm glad you said that because I feel like as artists, most of all, like when we're trying to get out there and network, like networking is such a big deal as an artist.
Yeah.
And we feel like, well, I'm gonna speak for myself. I feel like a lot of times I have to be at these clubs or I have to be in these places
Yeah.
that, like, to be honest, no shade to anybody. You know, I fuck with y'all if I go to your events, but
Yeah.
sometimes I don't want to be in certain places because it's not where
It's not
I
it.
want to fucking be.
Yeah.
And I just feel like I'm obligated to be there sometimes because it's like, it's for my career. You feel me?
Yeah.
I gotta do it for this. I gotta do it for that.
Nah, you do. Let me say, like, you do. You know what I mean? You do. All right?
I don't.
You do. You know what I mean? Like, we do. We gotta go out. Cause you gotta show up to
I
blow
know,
up.
right?
You know what I'm saying? That's one thing. You can't get famous on your couch. I used to tell people that all the time. You're not gonna get famous on your couch. Don't even try it. I don't want to hear it. You don't go to, like, I've had producers be like, "Oh, this is a club banger," and I'll be like, "Where? When was the last time you went to a club?" Like, for real, this a club banger?
You know what? But I feel what both of y'all are saying in the sense, like, me personally, I turn down certain shows because I know that their crowd is not gonna appreciate the vibe and the music
you're
that I'm
on.
putting out.
Yeah.
So
I think I
but
need to learn that.
It counts when I do a show where I know that audience is
Is
already
gonna love you.
prepared to love me because
Yeah.
they feed off of the type
Yeah.
of stuff that I do. They're gonna
Yeah.
automatically show love because that's what they're there for.
That's what I'm saying. You,
know?
feel
So
me?
it makes-
Choosing
yeah.
where you going, but you do have to, like, some stuff you just gotta show up because sometimes you just never know
Right.
what the opportunity could be. It's definitely a crapshoot. You know what I mean? It's
It
not a
is.
like. It's a
Shoot
lot.
or miss.
It's hit or miss. You don't really know, but like it does become a science.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Once
And then
you
I
start
feel in the
focusing
middle
on it.
because I be going to places that they should appreciate my music
Right.
because it's their shit, it's their lane, it's their shit,
Right.
and they just look at me like, and I'm just like, now you know that shit went crazy, and
Come
I don't know
on.
what it be that they be hesitant sometimes, but I'd be like, fuck it, I have such a mentality of like, I'm gonna grow onto you. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna grow onto you.
Sometimes
Like,
if
you're gonna
it's-
love me.
Sometimes if you're kind of like a new face in the place.
That's
you're
how I've
going,
been thinking about
yeah.
it. Maybe it's like, you know, I haven't put my face out there because at the beginning, like when I would see you often
Yeah.
at the beginning of my career, I was out more.
A lot.
You
A
was
lot.
out.
Well,
I
you
was
gotta remember,
networking.
You were gone for like.
Yeah,
Oh,
and then I
wow.
went to Vegas and it just
Yeah.
maybe I did the
I
wrong
mean,
place. But
it's-
but it could fuck with it.
Going out is one thing, like, you know, and then there's the social media aspect of things, of, you know, keeping yourself lit on social media and all that. And it's just so many different ways to do that. You know, it's the phenomenon that I've witnessed of people who just take photographs of their outfits, and then
Oh my
and they're so
gosh.
popular
And they have millions.
for this. You know what I mean? They're looking at the photo is them looking at their shoes, and it's like
I have a question.
10,000 likes.
Do you think that
And the-
somebody told me that that's luck? Like, do you think that's luck, or do you think it's like, because somebody was like, no, it's just like a 1 out of a million type thing. Like they just got lucky. That's why they're. What do you think about that? What somebody would say something like that to you?
I would say it's a little bit of luck because it's like a lottery. It's
Yeah.
I would say it's almost like a lottery because I feel like those apps probably have a certain group of people that they're just like flood their shit.
Yeah.
And then they got a certain group of people where they're like, hold them back. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, if I owned the app, I would be able to see who everybody was. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'd be like, oh, these niggas think they popping. No, they not.
Yeah.
Oh, she tight. She need a little lift. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, and I feel like that might be what they might be doing, like
feel that.
picking and choosing whoever they want to boost. I hear things like that. You know what I mean? They might be picking and choosing, like, because I see certain stuff that I'm just like, okay, this is just a half naked white chick.
Right.
I can see why everybody is liking this.
Right.
But
And you know,
is
I
they
spoke-
liking it this much? You know, like I
Right.
can see why people would like it, but are they really liking it
Right.
this much? So then there's some boost in the algorithm that's happening.
I
or
was about to
something.
say that. I spoke
You know
to
what I
this
mean?
boy and he
Like-
was telling me like that. He was so funny because he told me he's like, because he's getting like paid for real off this music shit, and it's all like through SoundCloud and just streams. And I'm like, bro, how are you getting these numbers? And he's all like, bro, honestly, he's all like learning the algorithm and like putting the money in the right places for the right ads. He's like, I have a fan base that's like out of the state, and now
So I
they
keep
fuck with me.
So there's this whole thing where it's like with people buying views and people buying
That too.
streams and all that, right?
That
And
too.
fake numbers and all that type of stuff, right? But then there's the aspect of, are they still getting paid from those
Yeah,
fake
that's why it tripped
numbers,
me
right?
out.
So right. So I don't know. You know what I mean? Like if they're getting paid or not, I don't. They could show me some numbers. If I don't see the check, or like I don't know. Like you know what I mean? Like I'm not listening to no fabrications.
Right.
But I do understand that if you falsify numbers, Spotify will eventually
Catch on to that.
they'll
for sure.
just ban you.
Right.
He
Right?
said, fuck catching on. They gonna catch
They
you
will
off.
ban you. You know what I'm saying? They'll ban your account. You know what I mean? Like, and I just know, like, I don't think like some other platforms might do that, but I know that people do falsify numbers, but I don't know if they actually get the money from
Right.
those fake numbers. You know what I'm saying? So like me, I ain't never bought a stream. I don't even know how to buy fake.
Right.
I swear to God, I shit you not. And this might be many for me to say this, but if I knew how, I might have bought
Right.
some by now,
I've
right?
tried it.
But I don't even know how to do it. Like I'd be wondering, like who? Because I don't trust the
A lot of
internet
people's a
enough.
scam.
I was about to say that.
I don't know.
trust
Like
it. I don't want to
think
give you my
everything
money
is
and
a
it's not
scam. Like
guaranteed.
what if I give you $20 and then I don't get no likes? I'm gonna be mad.
No, real shit.
So
That's how
you
I
know,
am, too.
I can't. And then it's like $300, $500. Like, bro,
Right.
you think I'm gonna send you that and not see no street? Like, I'm not doing that.
How do the companies do it? Because, like, personally, I mean, I could probably ask my cousin, but he has a distribution company, and shout out GoToes. But and his worker just like he reached out to me and he was saying, "Oh, it's this much for this much for that," and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, who are y'all paying to like? You're saying with this, you're guaranteed this much. You know what I mean? With this much, you're guaranteed this much streams or this much. Well, who the fuck are y'all paying?
Shout out to my brother, my longtime amigo, Drop Top Julio.
Right.
Right.
Gold Toes. All right, listen, me and Gold Toes go way back though, like way back. Black and Brown, you know what I mean? Him and Sean, like, just to keep it real, like, some gangster shit was popping off at one of my shows. Like, I had a limo. I think I had like a Hummer limousine. I had like 10 supermodels from Playboy and all type of hustler models with me, like, right? And we're doing the show like at some water. I don't know what it was, but it was some outside giant thing. And I pull up in this limo. I got all these girls and all this shit happening. And I'm just really like chilling. And some gangbangers wasn't feeling my sexy, right? They was like, bro, you trying to pop it off too much. And they try to like come at me a little bit. Like, what set you, you know, like whatever they said, right? Some gangbang shit on me, right? They banged on me. And I was like, huh? I was like, bro, I'm with all these bitches, bro. You what gang? I'm with you pussy gang, nigga. What you niggas talking about, right? Nigga? Yeah, I'm with pussy gang, nigga. We getting money. And then niggas wanted to funk with me, but then Gold Toes and Sean and them was like, yo, that's Don P. Leave him alone. They didn't say it like that.
Right.
Well,
They said it. They said it in a way that was like that, but it was a little more gangster. They was like, "That's Don P." It was like, "No, that's Don P. He with us. Leave him alone."
Hell yeah.
Long time ago, and I was like, damn. You feel me? But I had, it was always love because we came up. But that particular day, though, ever since that particular day, it was like, you know what I'm saying?
It made an impression.
Yeah, it just made me feel like, damn, like niggas love me like that. They looked out, and we ain't never lost love. You know what I'm saying? So shouts out to Gold Toes and Sean. You know what I'm saying? That day, like I said, it wasn't no giant altercation where it was no funk or no fight or nothing, but. They was trying to press me a little bit, and they was like, "Nah, leave the homie alone." Like, you know what I'm saying? So I love them for that. So I'm always have love for Gold Toes just back then too, because I was just a young rapper. You know what I'm saying? Just really out there, just trying to make my way, and that was just a moment where I really was approached, and I had never even been in a situation like that before, because it was just all fun and games up until that moment. You know what I mean? Then I realized, like, yo, when you out here thinking you shining, you better be like prepared for some people to not really be feeling your shine, your vibes and stuff. So, but
I can't even imagine, bitch, because I'd be fucking going on the bus to my shows and bitches be hating. I'd be like, what the fuck is y'all hating about?
Oh my
God.
God.
Even that though. Think about this, right? You got the guts to hop on a bus, go rap, and you rap good, right? That's the other part. You already got a talent that some other people might not even really necessarily have. So you got the balls to get on the bus, go rap like you a big platinum ass rapper, and then get back on the bus, go home, and still feel good, still be mobbing, still doing you. That fucks other people up.
It does, and I was just talking to some of my homeboys about it, and they were, it's funny how that you said that. Because they told me that. They were like, bro, you be just like,
that confidence.
You be outside and you just be like, you know,
that
like,
confidence, everybody
if it's a problem,
can't feel that.
You could catch me outside because I'm outside. If you want to support me, you could catch me outside because I'm outside.
Right.
Like, it's just, I try to just keep it, as authentic as it can be.
Yeah.
And so people can see it grow, you know, and they can never say, this ain't that, this ain't this is what it's been.
I think people like to watch artists grow. You know, some people want to come out with the big chain and everything like instantly, and it's like, all right, you didn't really do anything yet. How do you have all this already?
And that's one thing about Yana, especially that I've noticed over the years, and that we even talked about before, that like you have always been open with about not super personal things, but like with your growth and like showing, and it didn't matter what it was, like you were always just showing it.
It's called
and
honesty.
You guys were just talking about, like a few conversations ago, we were just talking about like anyways, we were talking about something that made me have like a zing, where you was saying something about the connecting and all this and that, whatever, networking and all that. And it's crazy because I finally just got comfortable with, it was kind of like you were talking about, basically in a nutshell, you were talking about being humble. Basically you wasn't really talking about the things you would do because you was just not really tripping on it like that type of thing. Well, I personally just started learning how to kind of, in a way, for me, getting out of my shell and just being proud of all the shit that I fucking do and putting myself on blast. Like, I do this,
I had to come back to that. Like, I literally had to come back to starting to like popping off. Like, I started feeling like, dang, okay, it's a trip when you, how do I say it? Like when say you artists, right? So you got artists and I'm around some artists and they all feeling like, okay, whatever. Like we artists, we all trying to come up, but it's like, I know like what I got, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I know what I did already, right? Even if you don't know, right?
I know, yeah.
But I know, and then I gotta sit here and act like we on the same level.
And it's not, oh my God.
But I know that we not, right? But I gotta sit here and just like, do that because I don't want people to feel uncomfortable, you know what I'm saying?
I had to learn the balance.
That's something I had to learn how to not do because I was lowering myself
but that's not
to make
it.
others feel
That's
better.
what I'm saying. That's what I mean, though. It becomes a thing where you start kind of shadowing yourself, for them to just make them feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And
I don't know hatership, but like when you do that, like they might actually, up you.
Hell yeah.
They might up you because you're feeling so conscious about like.
They are gonna up you.
Yeah.
They are gonna up you. You're giving them the ups on you by cowering.
Belittling
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, basically belittling.
You know what I'm saying? You putting yourself down. So it's a thin line between sticking your chest out and being a dick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like being an asshole about it. Yeah. Because it's an artist. It's a level of cockiness that you gotta have, or you can't even pull this shit off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's a trick. It's a trick. So like when it all boils down to like what you were saying again, I'm that question you asked me is still in my mind. Like from the beginning of this conversation is like why people don't like, you know what I mean? Like why they don't really trip off all the shit I did. And I think it's like what you were saying too. Like I don't really go around bragging. I'm not a big bragger. You know what I'm saying? I'll talk shit in my raps. You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of like that humble mentality that kind of just like not fucks shit up, but like it kind of stops you from being able to be like more noticed about the stuff that you do.
Because some people are like have less or have done less than what I've done, and then they'll be out there just wilding like they the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like acting like they did. And then people, when they meet you or like they don't know, they can't really tell the difference.
Yeah.
You know, that's just like when you with the homies and like, you know, it's a cat, you know, he got on a bunch of fake jewelry and some bullshit belt that he bought from the corner store and all this other shit. And the females, you know, they see, you know, somebody else like that might be dressed down, chill. They looking at him like, oh, you know, he got all this flashy stuff. And then boom, boom. And then later when we all in the room and we chilling and they get to really having whole real conversations and come to find out like he's wearing all his money and mine's is in my pocket.
Right. No, it is.
You know
like
what I'm
that.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
and it just turns out different. And they're like, oh, okay. They like, oh, well, it's time to go. Can you give me a ride home? Oh, he can't. But my car is right here. He can't even give you a ride.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how like shit be ending up. So it's like, I feel like it boils down to like just being solid no matter what. When I look at artists like Drake and just certain other rappers who don't even wear jewelry like that.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like certain rappers don't even wear hella jewelry like that because they want you to hear the music. Like if a rapper is just coming out with the chain and all the shit and that's all you want me to see, you want me to buy into that, that's cool, but I want to hear that music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think the music need to come back to the forefront so we can like start recognizing who the talent is.
For sure.
You know, because once that happens, then it's like you can't really trick us with like all the flashery. You know, like we want to see the flash, but like you can't trick us with it. You know what I mean? Like it don't matter if like I think it all comes down like with the blue check stuff and like everything. You know that all in fake Spotify streams, like everything that involves with it is like fake this, fake that, but it's looking real.
Yeah.
Like remember this meme? Fuck social media, I'm dope in real life.
Right.
You remember that meme?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Man, it's tricky because now social media and real life have kind of like merged.
Yeah, it has.
So I was like, bro, you got to be dope on social media and in real life, like at this point, you know? So since that happened, it's like you got to figure out how to manage in that space, you know what I'm saying, and be solid, but also give the people what they want, you know what I'm saying?
And I feel like it could be overwhelming sometimes. It could be overwhelming, but speaking for myself, like I'm glad I found a balance in it because it feels so natural to me, like being consistent on media, like knowing what I have to do on social media and knowing who I have to be out in real life. I just kind of merged them myself together.
You seen any artists online? I see artists online are like, yeah, the label said I gotta make some TikToks or something. So here goes some TikToks, right? So I'm like, this person does not want to make this TikTok, right? Like this don't sound like he wanted to do it. It sounded like they said do it, and so he did it.
Please do it because my label said if you don't, I'm
so I got out here. So and I'm thinking like,
my job.
I'm like, damn, that's crazy, right? If that's the case, then you know, people not having fun doing it, then they don't really do it. Like
you know, and I called Gotos. Oh my god, it was like months ago, way before. That's why it was when I was in Vegas, and I called him fucking crying because I'm like, bruh, he's who I talked to ever since I was like 13, like just super young, just like when I'm overwhelmed, I'm just like, tell me something good,
right? And
I'm just all like, bruh, I feel overwhelmed. I'm like, I feel like nothing I do is making it shake for me, you know, and I'm just getting overwhelmed. And he's all like, yeah, he's like, you need to start doing this again because you enjoy it. He's like, you're losing sight of what it really means to you. He's like, you're too worried about the other shit. And he's like what I like about Gotos as well is like he understands why I'm feeling this way though. He understands that I want to be bigger. I want to be big and I want to bring revenue, if not just for myself, for my team. Like
you're not okay with anything less.
So I'm all like, so bro, and then he's all like, just, you know, take it easy. And I'm all like, I had to also apply pressure on him. I'm like, bro, you're gonna help me, bro. You're gonna invest in me, bro. You're gonna like, since you fuck with me, how you say you fuck
take
with
no
me,
for an answer.
you gonna fuck with me like you claim, like you gonna help me,
Right.
you know. And once I started seeing checks as well. From my music, I'm like, okay, if I'm getting paid, that means you're getting paid.
Right.
So that means we're getting paid. So that means we're gonna work.
Right.
And we're gonna push me.
Right.
Because I'm making you money and you making me money. So
That's how it go.
come on, let's do it. So I feel like now that I'm also a little older,
Yeah.
he handles me different.
And you have a lot of how do you say, like, content, like not content, but like a lot of
catalog. My catalog go
You
crazy.
have a huge catalog.
Yeah,
too.
and he's all like, if you want to sell your catalog, I'm like, no, nigga, we ain't not selling shit. You finna help me. You're not buying my shit. I'm not selling shit, but you finna help me blow my shit. That's what we gonna do here.
Go tell Julio.
Yes.
Drop
And
top
I'm
Julio.
I'm all like, yeah, we finna do this and
Nah, that's
everything
what's
together.
up. Nah, I mean, like I said, young, like you one of the dopest artists, like female artists. Like I like female rappers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when I fuck with you, like it's because I like talented people, right? When I saw you, I saw somebody who I just saw raw talent, but I see people. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like where I feel like I would go in this music stuff, where I end up is like doing some like music executive stuff. Like, and at the time, like I kind of got into music executive mode. Like I was already in music executive mode.
Right.
But like I started in music executive mode.
Right, to push your own shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the thing, right? So it's always been like I never really feel like I got out of it, but I started there and I kind of went into that space. But when I saw you, I was like, yeah, you know, because like I said, I see talent and I see raw talent, and I know when like I'm like, yeah, like I remember like I met Keisha Cole at the hoagie shop, you know, Emil's Hoagie. I'm like, oh, you know, she's like not even an artist, like she's not even a blown up or nothing yet, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, I hear her sing one time, and I'm like, oh.
She
You
finna
feel me?
blow. She finna blow.
Like it's over, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's just a matter of time. All she got to
Right.
do is this, and this, a couple of cool things, you know what I mean? And you know, she gonna be good, you know. But also people's energies, I catch energies, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I caught your energy, and I was like, yeah, you know, she
Yeah.
got that dope energy of a strong woman, like, you know what I'm saying?
Thank
of a
you.
strong, yeah, that's how you came
The
across.
confidence.
Yeah, you
bro.
came across as a strong woman and a strong like and an artist, and just a couple of things you said to me made me feel like you was serious about your art, and it wasn't from
I
a
see the passion.
yeah, it wasn't from a what do you call it, like a I want to be a rapper point of view. It was from a myself. This is my art. I'm
I got
serious.
something to say.
I got something like, you know what I mean? It was from a personal, like I want to deliver my feelings and my heart type of thing, and that's what I see when I see an artist.
Right.
You know what I mean? I see those type of things. And then sometimes I just see the popcorn effect of what some shit could be. You know what I mean? It could
Right.
just, like, this might be some fly-by-night hit record that we can make a bunch of money off of.
Have you thought about, or have you managed anyone?
Yeah, managed artist.
Yeah, I managed Keek the Sneak. I managed a few different artists.
See, like that's
Oh.
crazy. I feel like, you know,
Yeah.
I feel like people need to just like, okay, for one, you need to do more interviews.
Yeah.
I feel like you need to start being cocky. If anything, if anything now, like you feel me, as time is going and as we're all getting older, this is the time for you to really be like,
yeah,
this is
nah,
what it
I
is,
man,
what
I
do.
managed a few artists. Like I said, like I got into executive mode, you know, and started working with artists, and I started managing artists. I got an artist signed to a label.
Dope.
I got a few, you know what I mean? I ran some plays, you know, I've been working in the background, you know. I've
That's
got a
cool.
bunch of people over at Empire, you know. I got a
Right.
bunch of people just set up over there, just sent over there, you know. I'm you know, just been doing my stuff with Cookies, you know,
Before
with the clothing line.
We're
and
getting
stuff.
close to wrap up, so I just want to hit the topic of you're with All In Radio. You do a podcast. No, you do it's a radio show.
Okay, so real quick before we get out of here, you know what I'm saying? Let me just tell you guys real quick what I do,
Yes.
so y'all know real quick.
Everything
know
you
what
do,
I'm
y'all
saying?
pay attention if you need
Y'all
anything.
pay attention, lock in right
Yeah.
now. We're gonna wrap up, and I'm
This
gonna
is-
tell y'all what y'all could check out on me real quick. Right now, you could go listen to my new album. It's called Neighborhood Superstars, out right now.
And Millie hit what, 500K?
Yeah, half
Millie
a
hit
million.
500K. Okay, featuring
sure.
Black Secrets.
No, that's me and Buddha Mac.
Buddha Mac.
Me and
yes.
Buddha Mac
But-
got Millie, but I got a new remix out right now to my record Cash and Go. Cash and Go is all over the radio right now already. The
That's
single, I put it out not too long ago, and basically I did a remix with Black C from RBL when we go shoot the video this weekend.
That's fun.
And yeah, we're about to drop the video to that, but Cash and Go remix is out right now on my new EP, Neighborhood Superstar, so y'all can go check that out. Right before that, I dropped another EP called Pack to the Future with a bunch of like of my homies on there, Stingy, Burner, you know.
That's dope.
Yeah, y'all Keek the Sneak, you know, they all on the album. Y'all can go listen to that. That's out right now. On my Spotify or whatever. I got a bunch of videos and shit that I just shot on my YouTube. Don P Official, that's my YouTube. So.
Tell us what's popping, Don
Yeah,
P.
that's my YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Don P Official. Go
And
check
then,
it out.
What were we gonna say about the juice?
My show every Monday night from 7 to 8 p.m. is live. It's The Juice, baby, with the West Coast host with the most. Your boy Don P on allinradio.com, where you don't need no app to slap. Just go to allinradio.com, find the show you want to listen to, and turn that shit up. It's The Juice, baby.
For sure.
Yeah.
And with that being said, it was Daciana Shawty to myself, Queen of the Skull, with my beautiful co-host.
Howdy, Jolie. Adio Lee.
And today we had Don P, okay?
Yeah.
Let's
Hey,
go.
yo, it's the Don, man. Like I said, I appreciate y'all. Shout out to the whole Bay Area. Thank you, ladies, for having me. I
Thank
appreciate y'all. And, I just want to say that, keep going.
Oh,
And
yes, you have to leave people with a piece of advice
A
and
little
just
advice?
some words.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, man. Real quick. I just want y'all to know that, like, don't stop, keep going. Don't let the haters slow you down. Be creative. Be original. You know what I mean? Don't do a bunch of copycat shit, and just stay solid. And you don't really have to worry about if the weird shit was you, because it wasn't you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like, and just keep pressing. And like I said, check out the music. I'm not gonna brag about what I did or where I've been, but I done some shit and I do some things, and I'm a pretty cool guy. You know what I'm saying?
Needs to, though.
Yeah, for real. And girls like me. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? So yeah, man, I appreciate y'all.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you
Yeah.
for coming and making the
Yeah.
time.
It's all good. And make sure you go to cookiessf.com and get some clothes, because you know what I'm saying?
Period.
Yeah, tap in with them. You know what I'm saying? Because they
Absolutely.
keep me dipped. You know what I mean? Because I'm the brand ambassador. as
Oh,
well.
dope. I was wondering. I'm trying to become. Y'all need to hurry up.
Yeah.
They sponsored one of my photo shoots, so it's really dope.
Oh, yeah,
The
yeah,
clothing
man.
is nice. It keeps you fresh. You look good.
Cookies and shit,
It
cookies.
is.
New York, everywhere, all around the world.
Right.
Big Burn. Shouts out to Big Burn. Shouts
Shout
out
out
to Big
Burner.
B.
Shout out
Shouts out to
Cookies.
Stingy. All the homies over there. you
Making
know.
the city look great. Making the
Come
city
on,
look
man.
great.
Making the whole Bay look good. You know
Y'all
what I'm
stay
saying?
tuned in, Ladies with Charisma. Every Thursday, 9 p.m. Episodes drop. We love you guys.
Follow Don P.
Mafia.